Hey guys, we are back and we are down on Balboa Island. So this is going to be home for the next 2 years, believe it or not. So for the next 2 years at least until we get rebuilt up in the Palisades, and maybe even longer. We might just make it a permanent shift. There was a lot to go through. So we are here and we are trading. I've got a temporary trading office set up here. We're going to do something more permanent in probably August. So August we'll go and reconfigure things after we've got a little bit of travel behind us. But in the interim, this morning's been great. So we had really, really good setups in the first hour trading pit in the war room of opening gaps. So the opening gaps, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and I think 4 of them triggered, hit targets. That's all good stuff. That's what we want to see, obviously. We're back in the room, so we've been in the room for a couple weeks now and working with our guys, working with the alumni, and hopefully you'll join us there as well. And what I want to talk about right now is Tesla. Tesla has been just tearing it up all day today. So we've had lots of opportunities. The key to getting them is to stay in front of the screen, mark things, set up alerts, make sure that you know where you want to get in, where you want to get out, that kind of stuff. All the usual things that keep you profitable are going to keep you profitable today. So let's take a look at the charts, dig in a little bit here, and I'm going to show you exactly what it was that has defined the morning and what I think is going to define the afternoon. Here they are. So this is Tesla. And you can see here that over the course of the day, what it's done a really good job of is staying in the bands that we had from yesterday. So last night's bands were based on a bounce off this pivot line and then down through this range. And that range, boy howdy, that is a nice one. So that goes from 272.10 all the way down to 269.41, and then actually 268.13 down below is a band that we add a little bit later in the session. So those have been fantastic just in terms of it has come into these several times from above right down through that pivot, and that's sort of the gold standard here, right, is when you get the moves down through the pivot line and into those trading ranges. So after we took a break, so of course 8:30 is the time that we come back, which is 11:30 Eastern time. We had things come back into the range and set up some new levels. And those new levels were down in here. So we had a Tesla trade down through here from an inflection from above. You can see there that that anchored VWAP was the inflection point that we were looking at. That inflection overlapped exactly with that 270.62 level. And when you get that bounce down, that's that gives you an additional $2.40, $2.50 almost per share traded in profit potential. So these have all been really good. And then we also had the move up above the pivot. And once it was up in there, so we had a couple trades back down in through here where we were just looking for 272.74 down to 272.10. That's all great. But then, the things that you have to watch for over the course of the day are things like this. So that, for all of you around the horn fans, we always have people who write in after these videos and say in an email, hey, where can I get the book? Sadly, the big place up in the Palisades is no more, and that's where we were storing the books that we had. So don't do anything silly like buying them on eBay or Amazon used for a bunch of money, because there's some people on there who are selling old books for crazy prices. There'll be a new book. It'll come out sometime later this year. We'll get everything back on track as far as that goes. In the interim, just keep an eye out here. That's an infield fly setup, and that infield fly, as you know, is one of my very, very favorite things to see on an intraday chart. When we saw the infield fly, the break below there, below 273.79, set up a move with an initial target right here at this pivot line, and then a logical target right down there at 272.10. So nice move on that inflection. That is pretty much a gimme in terms of figuring out where you want to get into a position based on a pattern entry. And then we had this fastball move lower, and I think that some of you got it in the room. You had said that you picked that one up. That's great. If you got down into that 272.10 range there, I'm not crazy about taking those really, really fast moves that just plow through the lines. But if you grabbed it, if you managed to see it when it happened, that's the bigger thing, is you really have to be on top of that. Whereas now, as you're watching this thing set up right here. We're down below all of this volume by price stuff that's stacked up, you know, sort of right in here. That's going to be some overhead resistance, and you know, if we can get down through this pivot line, which it looks like we're doing right now, so I'm going to miss this one. But you know, first stop would be this 272.10 level on this 272.70 entry, and then you know, we can look for a little bit of elasticity just based on the fact that it got down into here before. But you know, for now, let's just focus on these tighter moves. We're getting sort of later into you know, the 1:30-ish hour here in New York time. And when we roll around into 3 o'clock, remember to take it off in terms of waiting for some reversals and that volatility. Also keep an eye on the news. Make sure that you know, we're not getting tariff stuff coming out. So there's supposed to be some tariff discussion this afternoon. And if that happens, that's definitely going to mess with the market. There you go. You hit a target live. So that if you're watching here, if you're watching the live stream, that should be a 65-cent per share profit on Tesla. Okay, so that is that's my 2 cents from here on lovely Balboa Island. I hope that you know, I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're from the Palisades, I hope that you know, we feel very blessed that we have a place to be, and we had a place to go that was home. And what's really great about trading is you can do it from anywhere. So this is our vacation house, so we were sort of set up to trade from here anyway. But as you can see, it's not quite the trade desk that we're used to being at. Once you're down, once you're settled in, I hope you're able to work from wherever you are. I know there's a lot of people who are displaced by these things, and there's currently other stuff going on in the country that's going to displace more of you. So let's just keep our fingers crossed everybody's okay, and I will see everybody back here tomorrow. Have a great trading day.